Hi, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of the Taco Tuesday podcast. This is Brandon.
And this is Jake.
And I wanted to start off first by saying I haven't seen you in person since the last time we recorded. And
Correct.
I wanted to just get out in the open. I don't want to dredge anything up or remind you of anything, but just I wanted to check and see how you were doing. I know the last time we talked, you had just you'd just gotten the news of your close friend Jeff passing away. So I know that you'd had some sort of a visitation on Friday, I believe it was.
We had a visitation on Friday and a memorial service on Saturday. Burial or whatever. It was Friday was not as bad as I thought, and Saturday was worse than I thought. So
yeah, well,
yeah. It sucks.
Understandable. Did you have somebody go with you? Did you go by yourself?
So my oldest friend in the world, Nick, Nick, and Worms were all real close. Nick would come hang out with me at Augie, and Worms was my roommate, so we were all pretty close. Actually, like in later years, like after we graduated, and I was doing my dumb shit, and and Jeff was like starting a family. Nick and Jeff actually, remained closer than me and him did. So we drove up there together, and then came back. Yeah.
So you guys had a little bit of time to talk face to face a little bit more.
Yeah. We were able to reminisce, and it's one of those things. It's like, it's good to see people, but wish like we had just been like, hey, we should,
You're right. In the condition in which you saw everybody,
right?
It wasn't the easiest.
Exactly.
I got you. Well,
so
and that was Saturday. You said was the
Saturday was the funeral. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm all right, man. I mean,
good.
Yeah, it is.
And I know that it's a process. I know that Sunday by noon you weren't like, all right, well that chapter's done.
Right.
I know that there's going to be, a little bit of, I guess because I lack another better word for it, but I know there's going to be come down from all this, and it's going to be a process, and it's gradual. It's not immediate, but I know just myself. I'm the type of person that like to, even if myself and the person grieving aren't the closest, I want to make sure that person knows, like, hey, if you need anything, like, I'm here. Even though they're like, yeah, I have people that are closer to me than you, right?
Right.
Like,
here's the thing I've always wondered, and I hate to turn this into a joke, but I've always wondered when people are like, if you need anything at all, just let me know. Like, most of the time, I just want to be like, can you just make me a lasagna? Like, that's what I want to ask, because you said anything.
Right. And to be honest, I'm the type of person that, well, lasagna, like, you want that 3 levels? Like 5 levels? Like, what are we dealing with? So, no, I respect that your first instinct is to go to jokes, but even in a joking manner.
Well, because I feel like most people would be like, oh, shit, like, I thought maybe,
yeah,
like, maybe want to talk or something. I didn't actually want to do anything for this dude.
Right, you want me to cook? Fuck. All right. Shit. Yeah, now I got to pay somebody to cook this guy a lasagna. Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm the type of person that gets super sappy about that kind of stuff. So when I say, like, if you need anything, if I can do it and I'm not going to go to prison for it,
right.
like, I'm like, whatever you need, man, like, that's fine. So no, first and foremost, I want to make sure that you are okay. And or that if you're not okay yet, if you didn't know already, if you need anything from me, it's there.
There's a lasagna in your future.
Hey, you got a lasagna coming, motherfucker. Okay, so moving forward, it's actually Tuesday. I love when we.
I know. Last week we actually did on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Today we're doing it on Tuesday again.
I love that we have a Taco Tuesday podcast that we record on Tuesdays. I feel like less of a liar.
Right.
But, okay, so it's Tuesday, and I'll tell you a little bit about my weekend. My weekend I worked all weekend. I worked Saturday and Sunday.
How was it?
It was work. It's you
Now, what are your hours? Or like
right now I'm working day shift, just
okay.
training and that kind of thing.
Nice.
And then after this next week, I'll be pushed to third shift. So so my weekend, it was a mixture of getting tax money back. Hooray!
Hell yeah!
Hooray!
I actually, real quick, just to interject, I got my federal taxes back like 3 days after I filed. I was like, all right, this is cool. But then my state taxes, I was checking my bank account because I direct deposited, and today I just happened to look on my table that's right next to my door, and I guess my girlfriend had brought my mail in, and I didn't see it, and there was a check just waiting there for me.
Very
so
cool.
I have to yell at my girlfriend now for touching my stuff.
How come you didn't tell me about my money?
Well, I was just like, State Comptroller of Illinois. I was like, why would they be? And I was like, hey.
Well,
So, anyways,
right. Well, we got our taxes back pretty fast actually. Also, we filed, and like 3 or 4 days later, they're like, all right, your shit should be here on this day. It's like, sweet deal.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the daddy wants pizza rolls. Let's go. And so the money hit the account. Of course, it went I filed the taxes, and then my wife put in her bank information, so all of our tax money went to her account.
nice.
So she's like, "What do you think I should do?" I was like, "I don't know.
Give me
man."
some.
Right, like handsome.
Like, can I have $100, please?
Right, halvesies of that is mine's. And I was just like, whatever, like let's do this. She's like, okay, well we're gonna pay this, we're gonna pay that. All right, all the money's right back out the door. And then we sat down and we had a conversation about just Facebook and social media and how it's just kind of, I don't know,
Garbage.
It's all like most of it is all negative. You know, it's just like, hey, I know you're just waking up. You want to see this little kid shot? No, no, I don't. Cool. You hear that grandma got like robbed, right? No, no, thank you, Facebook. All right, man. I'll talk to you at noon when I got some other bad shit to tell you.
Right.
Fuck. Like, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, hey, you can turn off Facebook, but the bad shit's still out there. It's like, I get it. I understand. Mm-hmm. But after a while, I just feel like if I want to hear about the bad shit, I'll turn into like one of the news stations.
Right.
Or Dwyer and Michaels in the morning want to tell me about, hey, this bad thing happened, and we're gonna make jokes about it. It's like I respect that because I do the same shit.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, hey, I see some bad shit, time to make light of it. Like, I get it, but at the same after a while, you don't want to hear any more bad shit. Like, I want to hear about people succeeding, and I want to hear about people doing good shit. Like, I don't know. I guess this kind of it piggybacks off of the idea that I've tried to put a couple projects together, and not all of the projects, but a few of the projects have definitely left me with that taste in my mouth. Like, you know, if you try and put anything positive out in the world, somebody's gonna shit all over it. I understand that's how things go, and you know, there's plenty of gurus out there that'll be like, well, you got to keep pushing,
Right.
After a while, it's just like, hey, I've been pushing for a while and I'm getting shit back. It's time to go back to the drawing board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this weekend, my wife and I had that conversation, and she just deactivated her Facebook account this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I haven't yet. Not because I'm holding off or anything like that, but
well, you've got Facebook pages to run, and
exactly, and that's the thing. Like that's
why I don't do it. I mean, just with comedy stuff and
Well, I've got a couple of Facebook pages running. I help run with you, of course. The Taco Tuesday podcast page. Mm-hmm. We've got the page for Therapy is a Joke,
right,
and I've got a couple other pages that I've got to do the upkeep. And if I deactivate my Facebook account, then there goes those pages, or there goes my side of those pages. Right. And I don't want to do that. So I've gone the extra mile of setting up, I guess, a ghostwriter account on Facebook to operate those Facebook pages through the Ghostwriter app or through the Ghostwriter account.
Gotcha.
So it won't be Brandon. It'll be just a general page that I run everything through. I guess for the people that only contact me through Facebook, all the people that I'm really worried about either have my text message or my phone number and can text me or call me, or they have me on other social medias apps that they can get a hold of me through. So I'm not too terribly worried about that. Like my grandma doesn't only talk to me through Facebook, so if she needs me, she can text me or call me. Like, we're good. Mm-hmm. If Jerry, that I used to work with, 3 or 4 years ago, wants to get a hold of me, like, hey, I saw this meme, I thought I'd share with you. Jerry can fuck off.
Right.
So I'll be putting out a couple more feelers through Facebook. It's like, hey, you and I don't have each other's information. I enjoy talking to you, and I want to keep in contact. Here's how you can keep a hold of me.
Yeah.
Besides Facebook. Otherwise, everybody else can either wait for me to get back on Facebook or try and find me another way. I've given a lot of people different ways to get a hold of me. So there's not. I'm not, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's a good time to get away from Facebook for a little bit. I've still got Instagram and Twitter up just to keep me some sort of connected to everything.
Sure.
But I think depending on how letting Facebook go feels, those might slowly start to leave my repertoire as well.
Sure.
I don't know. We'll see.
I've thought about that because I've deactivated Facebook before.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Facebook is just a time filler. That's all it is.
Yeah.
There's no, and some people I think use it pretty responsibly. Old people use it responsibly. They're like, oh, I'm going to check in with Jane because I haven't talked to Jane in 6 months. And she says, hey, Jane, I saw my lilacs growing in the garden and I thought of you. Hope you're doing well. And that's what Facebook is for old people. And I respect that because they're using it pretty well.
Right.
Me, I'm just like, oh, I'm not doing anything at this moment and I need something to consume me at all moments of the day. Let me go see what's on Facebook. And that's me and my girlfriend haven't been dating long, but that's the thing that drives her. She hates because I'll just if the conversation stalls or if we're watching a TV show or something and there's a commercial on, I just that's my go-to is I just
better
go
check
to
Facebook.
I just go to my phone because I use Facebook pretty regularly. I'm like, oh, I should see if anybody liked that status that I posted, or whatever. And also,
because every like you get gives you another year of life.
Right. It seems like that though, and I know it's ridiculous, but it's just I saw a study that was talking about how Facebook is irresponsible and how they didn't really realize what they were doing when they invented the like system, but they knew to an extent, they knew that this would keep people engaged, right?
Yeah.
But they're saying that it's really kind of bad for your psyche, and I can see that in my life because as a person, I guess part of this is how I was raised or my insecurities or whatever. But I need constant gratification or acknowledgement that I'm good enough or whatever, and that's not healthy. But I know that part of it.
That's what keeps a lot of stand-ups and a lot of creative types going is and not saying that